Hi, wir sind hier mit Patrick von Drug Church, die heute Abend auf der Atmos Stage spielen. Hi Patrick, how are
Hello,
you?
thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you. And you played Rock and Park yesterday. How was it?
Frustrating for me. My voice went out after 4 songs or so. Lost all the low end in my voice, and because I already have anybody that's seen us live knows I have a very limited range. So let's say I hit 2 notes ever. If you get rid of one of those notes, it's a pretty big problem. So I lost one of those notes midway through the set. A little frustrating, but overall, people seem to have a good time, so I'm not mad.
Yeah, good. And so I just saw Drug Church once in my life, so I think it was last year, and I saw you kind of a stage diving coach, at least in Germany. So you said, catch, look out.
Yeah, I try. I'll be honest with people. I'm not the most altruistic human being on the planet. It's all self-interest, because if people are getting dropped, I can't enjoy myself. You know, my attention is drawn elsewhere. I don't get to express myself the way. If I'm worried about somebody, you'll see me do this a lot.
Yeah.
Like one eye open, nervous as hell, because when people are looking out for each other, it makes the show so much better for me. I get to sort of feel like I'm doing the dumb little art shit that I do, you know?
Yeah. So it does affect your energy as a frontman, right?
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's no worse feeling than somebody coming to your show and getting genuinely hurt. That's a bad feeling. Somebody getting a black eye or you know, bruises or whatever, I don't lose any sleep over that. That's actually part of the experience to some degree. But you never want somebody to crack their head open, or you know, have you ever see somebody get a bad concussion and their arms go stiff? It's disgusting. It's not nice to look at.
No, it's not. No.
So I really try to make sure everybody is safe, but not too safe, because if you sand all the rough edges off of it, it's not fun anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't like to see anybody get hurt, for sure.
So did you ever see anyone getting hurt really bad? Or?
Really bad, no. People have, like, broken their legs at bad angles and stuff, but and people get knocked out sometimes. Yeah. But really bad to me is a neck injury. Really bad is, you know, your 4th concussion, and now you don't remember your mom or whatever. You know what I mean? Those are bad. Those are bad things. But you know, hopefully you got insurance for that leg. You know, hopefully somebody can drive you home for that bump on your head. But no, we've been lucky, or I should say, hopefully we've done a good job of managing these things so that people do not get significantly hurt.
Got it. And yeah, how do you think of stage diving as kind of a ritual or like necessity of the show?
Well, we're going to get into it now, I guess.
That's all here.
So rituals are unappealing to me, right? Some people love rituals. Drug addicts love rituals. Religious people love rituals. You know, just things that you do the same way every time. It's something, the muscle memory of it. There's something comforting in it, and in the way that our brains work, there's something you look forward to. But it's out of, obviously, the thing that makes a ritual is that it's codified, right? It's something that is familiar, and the idea is static in people's minds of what it is. And I don't really necessarily like that with something as expressive as music. But you naturally fall into channels at a show, things that resonate with you. Maybe you like to sing along. The lyrics mean a lot to you, so you want to sing along. Maybe your car got towed and you're in a bad mood, so you just want to work, and you're bad at sports, so you just want to work off some energy and you want to mosh. And to me, the stage dive is the ultimate expression that you can do at a show, because for a guy that does not have a lot of faith in community, it is the most salient example of the very immediate idea of community. I am putting my trust into the hands of strangers to maintain my spinal health. You know what I mean? And I think that there's something quietly powerful to that idea. So I love a stage dive. I've never been good at it. I don't have, my legs are just not, I don't get the ups that I would like to get.
You don't?
No, I don't. Whenever you see me stage dive, it's like, my bandmates make fun of me. I look like a cockroach because my legs are very stiff. It's never like the most eloquent stage dive, but I still, it's the thing I really enjoy doing. And it's also, it's a thing that if I was to, let's say I had I do have many nieces and nephews, but let's say I had a niece or nephew that was at the age where they would be going to their first show. It's a joy to see people experience that, again, that very micro, very temporary idea of community in the form of a stage dive for the first time. I love it. I love playing shows and watching a person who has never stage dived before in their life. Sometimes they're 14, sometimes they're 35. Just do. The other night we played Berlin and a young woman, and I say young woman, but she was probably 26. Yeah. She said, that was my first stage dive. It was awesome. And that makes me happy. You know what I mean? You don't get to share first experiences with strangers all that often once you're married. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, it's a nice thing to see people do a thing for the first time, have that type of, so I love a stage dive.
Yeah. Summed up, you love a stage dive.
Yeah, that would have been easier. I just got intellectual on a stage dive. It's just a thing. You just throw your body into people. There's nothing to overthink here.
Yeah, that's much to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, easy question maybe then. After the intellectual, what do you think makes a good stage dive? What makes a bad one?
A bad one, firstly, if you're holding a cell phone in your hand, that's a bad one. A bad one is also if you are not an active participant. If you just fall backwards, if you fall forwards, and you stiffen out your arms in any respect, that's something else. A part of a stage dive is, while you are relying on strangers, you also, it is incumbent upon you, what's the expression? It's in the Arab world, there's an expression, trust in Allah, but tie your camel. Right, and maybe a Western notion of that is God helps those who help themselves. Right, and it's just the idea. Yeah. It's this idea that you share some responsibility for this thing. Yes, there is the community that we're relying on or whatever, but don't be a damn fool. Look out for yourself. Like I always, if I have to walk people through a crowd, if I have to walk a crowd through like maybe how not to die stage diving. Yeah. Just make sure that your arms are part of the equation. Hook around somebody, the back of somebody's neck. Don't put your arms straight up. That's an insane thing to do. I don't care how much trust you have in strangers. Don't do that. Like you're gonna end up with the back of your head. You ever hit the back of your head very hard? It's not a good experience. So always hook your leg, hook your foot, hook the back of somebody's head with your hand. Crawl. Let me put it like that. The job is not done when you fall into a crowd. That's ridiculous. Crawl on the crowd.
Listen. And I mean, I think maybe people need to listen because in Germany we got some underground shows and everything, and some people at Drug Church just knows what to do. But
listen, a lot of new people, and it's a beautiful thing. And also, I try very hard to make it clear. If this is your first show, more power to you. Listen, both because I like to see people enjoy the same things that I do, and also because this is what I do more than half the year now, and I need your support. I love new people. That's fantastic. But new people sometimes don't know how to do things correctly, as is the case with anything. You know what I mean? If I went to, I'm trying to think what you guys still do gabber over here? Is that still a thing?
That's in Holland, but
okay.
Yeah,
so
but I think people do gabber.
I wouldn't know what the hell to do at a gabber show. You know what I mean? So if it was my first gabber show, I'd say, "Damn, am I doing this right?" You know. So there's nothing wrong with something being your first time ever. But it would be smart to watch the people around you do things well and model on that a little bit.
And you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, precisely.
So. Last year you told me that even Elton John wants people stage diving, as any band wants people to move.
Do I just say crazy shit every time you interview me? I don't remember that at all. But okay, all right. You know what? You could say anything right now, and I would go, "Wow,
maybe it was
I
off
said
the
that
record.
last year. It's fucking nuts."
So my question is there a band or artist that you would never jump into the crowd for?
Yeah, just for my own safety. I mean, yeah. You know, I'm trying to think of whose crowd would just not understand the concept at all.
Elton John?
No, Elton John, they kind of pack tight, but they're older now, maybe not. There's a rise of kind of folk adjacent, maybe pop folk stuff happening in the United States. I don't know if that crowd would get it. That might be a little rough. Or there's a lot of shows that happen at wineries in the U.S. now. That's not exactly a stage dive crowd.
Afraid not, no.
Yeah, so for my own safety, there are probably crowds that I would not stage dive into.
Okay. So have you seen the Baltimore show of Turnstile?
Yeah, I did.
Would you
It's cool.
stage dive there?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's a layup.
Easy.
You can stage dive and roll for half a mile across people's bodies. It's a beautiful thing.
I mean, it looked to me like the pinnacle of what a hardcore show could be. It was free.
Yeah, it's really nice.
In the park.
Yeah.
There were children on stage.
The park
stage
part. Listen,
Yeah.
That was a beautiful thing that Turnstile did, and it looked like an awesome show. But I want to be in a dark room that smells like stale beer. Your shoes are sticking to the floor. You know, you scratch yourself on the wall, and you think you got to go get a shot. That's the type of thing. That's where I think it is ideal for a punk or hardcore show. But that show was as cool as anything could ever be in daylight. That's for sure.
Yeah, right. Well, Patrick, thank you.
Oh.
And now I've got a few. Yeah, I want to move with you through the typology of Rock am Ring stage dives.
Okay.
So I listed up a few bands.
Sure.
And
putting me on the spot. Let's see.
I put you on the spot.
I should be honest. I don't know every band playing.
No. I just picked out the one that I think you could.
Okay, I'll do my
a good
best.
stage dive too.
I'll do
but
my best.
We find out.
Okay.
So easy maybe. Knocked Loose.
Oh yeah, you could do. I listen. This is This used to be a controversial topic.
Whoa.
Maybe it's not anymore. You could do a proper nice head walk for Knocked Loose. You know what I mean? Head walking made people mad back in the day. I still have a soft spot for it. I think you could head walk across for Knocked Loose for sure.
Yeah. And what about Touché?
Oh, Touché, you could do a nice front shoulder roll for sure.
Yeah.
Great band to stage dive to.
Yeah, you did?
Oh, for Touché, yeah, we've gone out with them before, and they are, because they have more melody in their songs now. People may forget they're just a ripping hardcore band. You know, what I mean, they're really good at what they do. You could certainly stage dive to Touché.
Yeah. And what about Pain of Truth?
Oh yeah, yeah. Pain of Truth. We played with them in Long Island, and there was a barrier, and the singer Mike was clearing the barrier quite well with some pretty nice stage dives. I would say their crowd is probably beefy enough that you could risk a feet first situation. You know, I don't think anybody's gonna be too offended.
I think, and if you go out of there with no black eye, it's probably not the...
Yeah, you're doing all right.
You did something wrong. Yeah. So yesterday we saw the headliner, Slipknot. How would you stage dive to Slipknot?
You know, I don't mean this as any sort of insult to Slipknot, but there's a type of what they used to call alternative metal. So at the time that like Pantera, sorry, I'm going to sound really old, but at the time that Pantera was a thing and alternative metal was the conversation. Everything got thrown in this category. Rollins' band got thrown in this category. Everything did. And there was a type of stage dive it's not the most knowledgeable or experienced stage dive. It's kind of this idiot arms up sort of thing, just trying to get as much distance as possible. You probably get somebody's finger in your eye when you land, but that's a valid stage dive for metal shows. You can do that there.
Yeah, right. And what about Weezer?
Is it all right if I just say no comment?
That's perfectly fine.
Is that appropriate? Is that all right?
That's perfectly fine. So, Idols, they're playing in a minute.
I'll be honest. I don't know any Idols music. I have not heard it.
Ah, no.
This is a weird situation to be put in. I have intentionally not listened to it because half people tell me I would really enjoy it, and half people tell me I would really hate it. And if I listen to it and I don't like it, then I have to have an opinion on it because I can't lie. So in the off chance that I hate it and I've got to share stages with them, I have just avoided listening to it altogether.
Yeah.
So I couldn't say.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know.
And what about the headliner tonight? Korn?
Oh, Korn. That's a very clueless stage dive. That's because Korn has had, back in the day, they were nu metal. That has a very clumsy sort of stage dive attached to it. A lot of like falling backwards type of bad stage diving. But I heard that they have a lot of young fans now. So maybe those kids are more informed. Maybe you see something a little bit more clever, a role of some type. I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully after they see this video, yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
But it will be too late because it's on tonight. So.
That's right.
Yeah, last band, The Prodigy.
Oh, I didn't know they were playing. I'd say not a proper head walk, but like the type of Bowie-esque, Iggy Pop walk across human beings' hands sort of thing. I'd say you could probably do that for Prodigy. Yeah, I didn't realize they were playing.
Yeah, they played, I think, on Friday.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I didn't see them as well.
I'm not stupid, right? The one fella passed away?
Yeah.
Okay.
2020.
Is the Prodigy going to be mad at me if I point out that guy seemed pretty essential to the whole operation? Am I not allowed to say that? Seems like a weird one to do without him. I'm gonna be frank. I don't know.
I think you might have a point there.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so final question: what's the band you first stage dive to?
Oh, that would be the California band Strife.
Strife. Mm-hmm. So, and how was that stage dive?
Terrible. Just like anybody's first stage dive. Goddamn awful. I was just trying to keep my pants up the whole time. I was looking like a fool.
Okay, Patrick, thank you. I'm looking forward to amazing stage dives with barriers on tonight. So
we'll see how that goes. Everybody, look out for your own neck health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thank you.
Thank you.